Your trusted connectivity partner, Telkom Business, proudly brings you the Entrepreneurial SME Show.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurial SME. I am Rems Mabote. Women's development into leadership roles is a complex and multifaceted issue in South Africa, as it is in many other areas of the world. Today's female executives are redefining what leadership means, overcoming obstacles and promoting diversity in the workplace. Joining me tonight to share her insights into her own journey in the business world is award-winning marketing professional and Telkom's Chief Marketing Officer, Gugu Mthembu. Sawubona, Gugu.
Sawubona.
Are you well?
I'm good.
I'm great. Thank you very much for coming in. And you are so important, not because you come from Telkom, but because you're a marketer. Mm-hmm. It's a subject that I think that most SMEs misunderstand. But before we get to that, I'd like you to tell me about your journey in one paragraph.
Okay. One paragraph may be difficult.
Try.
And why I say that is, to your point, you talk about importance of marketing. When I started out, I actually started out in information technology, and largely because I never actually knew what marketing does besides advertising, right? And so I thought, I love problem solving, and IT seems to be the right place to be. Information technology in general is about solving problems. So got into information technology, and in the midst of it, 10 years in, I interacted with marketing colleagues and got to understand that they do more than just producing adverts. And in that, also started to see that marketing is also about solving problems for the business, but also for the consumer. So when you start seeing it in that perspective and you see it from a customer lens, then you get to know that actually marketing is as important as any other function in the business. So my journey, as I said, started out in IT 24 years ago, and then segued into marketing through areas such as product marketing, product development, segment marketing, and then into more strategic marketing roles where I had to look at marketing from a broader perspective, both from a driving commercial objectives of the business, but also in terms of entrenching the brand and the brand equity, which is where the connection and love with consumers or potential customers happens. So that's been my journey, and it's been primarily within the information technology space, telecommunications particularly.
We interview a lot of young women here on the show who are entrepreneurs, and when I have somebody like you here, I feel very privileged because we also want to showcase women in leadership. It's something that's trivialized in our country, something that we take for granted. I think sometimes we forget it. How important is it that we continue to develop women leadership?
Quite essential. Firstly, because it kind of creates a pathway, right? We have to create a pathway for more women leaders. And I think there's a saying that talks about people, you have to see what you want to become. The more female leaders people see, or younger women that are coming into their careers, the more they get inspired to grow into that. So I think it's quite important that we continue to nurture female leadership. I think great strides have been made in South Africa, particularly in most sectors, primarily those that were male-dominated, like information technology, like mining. I think in recent years, we even started seeing female CEOs leading mining companies. So it's quite important that we have more of those, because when people see people that represent them or look like them, they aspire to be more as well.
Indeed. What is the one thing that we could do better or more in that space of developing younger women into leadership?
So there's an element of showcasing, which is what I was talking about, where we have more of the ones that have already reached certain heights being more visible. That's one. But also we need to find ways of creating pathways for mentorship, because I think when people hear from others how they've managed to travel through a journey or traverse a journey, it's easy for them then to see themselves in what strategies they could employ. They may not work for everyone, but at least if you hear more perspectives about how other women have been able to do it, it actually empowers and enables younger people. So platforms for mentorship, platforms where we can actually showcase some of the female leaders that we have that are trailblazers in different industries certainly helps in that way.
Let's talk shop. How important is this concept of marketing to entrepreneurship, to business?
I think to any business of any size, and businesses go through different life stages. So the startups, and they go through a journey of becoming a bit more mature until they become much larger. And at any point of that journey, they have to employ marketing and PR, which work hand in hand. Firstly, in marketing, we talk about funnels, where there's top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. I think entrepreneurs mustn't look at it and be overwhelmed by all the terminology. What is important is for them to understand that marketing helps their businesses be in front of customers. So firstly, they have to understand that people have to be aware of the existence of your business and the products and services that you offer for them to want to buy from you. And once that has happened, remember, you're not the only one. There are other businesses similar to yours that are offering exactly the same products and services. So there needs to be a distinguishing factor. There needs to be something that in your value proposition to consumers you can talk about that makes you different. What makes your business different to the next business? If you are a seamstress, why is yours better than the other one? Is it a quality that you provide? You have to make sure that people are aware of that. And then as you move through the funnel, people start considering whether they want to do business with you or with someone else. So you need to then use those distinguishing factors to convince them to want to do business with you. And then ultimately, they have to move down to a point where they then purchase with you. And I think sometimes SMEs think once they've secured the purchase, it's the end of the journey. It's not. You've reached the bottom of the funnel, but then there's the post-funnel activities where you have to convince the people to come back and buy from you again. And I think repeat business is even more important than that initial sale, because the more a person buys from you, the more happy they are with you. It actually, you actually create advocates for your business, people that can then attract more customers to you. So marketing is essential and important.
Wow. I need you to market this show. I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, we continue this conversation. Do not touch that dial.